What can impression design do for you?
I need a dozen embroidered polo shirts for my radio station.
We can do that.
I need 300 screen printed shirts for a school fundraiser.
We can do that.
My company's website's a mess. It looks bad and no one can find us online. Help.
We can do that.
All right, I need a new logo for my radio show. I need a new website with a shopping cart so I can sell stuff. I need business cards. I need shirts for the listeners. Basically, I need everything.
We can do that.
Let's Talk Coachella Valley is brought to you by Unison Solar Network. Protecting our future with a better solution.
Let's talk Coachella Valley. I'm Conrad with Tina Marks, your host for a fun show.
Informative show.
We're going to entertain, explore the Coachella Valley.
Give people a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that you have not heard about. We're going to bring it to you here.
Let's talk Coachella Valley. Tina Marks, Conrad Negron, your host for another fast and fabulous show. Tina, what do you think?
Yeah.
How's your week going?
It's only Monday.
It's only Monday, that's right. Should we say
How's
the day?
your week going?
Huh?
Has yours been going longer than mine?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I don't take vacation like you.
Yeah. Yeah, your vacation started when your mom left. You couldn't get her out of the house fast enough. The minute that door shut, he locked it. I could just see this in my mind. I mean, I just know this to be true. All of a sudden, you're screaming, party time. You put the music on. You start taking your clothes off, just like Tom Cruise in Risky Business.
That's
you. That's you. That's the
me?
minute. Yeah, that's you.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time of rock and roll. Still like that old time of rock and roll.
Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
God, I mean, no wonder you look
that's
so
not true.
tired. When is she coming back, by the way?
Never. I'm having them drop her off at the border.
Yeah. Oh, that's
the Canadian border.
Over my dead body. I'll step over somebody's body to get to you.
I can't believe you just did that to me.
Yeah. Well, it's true.
I'm Tom Cruise,
true.
but I don't know about that. I can't believe my face was on that.
Steve is amazing.
Steve Tan Guy is. We're going to have to kill him.
Tan Guy.
Tan
you don't
Guy.
know how to.
He's our executive producer.
No, he's not. He's our producer.
I know.
We went through this yesterday. You really do need to start drinking the bulletproof coffee because you're not remembering things.
How do you make that bulletproof coffee again? Tell me, really. Tell our listeners.
Well, when I did it on the show, I said the grass-fed butter, blah, 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 blah. The shortcut, MCT oil. It's the Rolls Royce. It's the most potent. I put a teaspoon in my freshly brewed coffee, stick it in a blender, and it froths up like a
Frappuccino?
Yes. It froths up like that. And if you need to add sweetener, you can only add stevia. And if you do, I recommend the Sweet Drops, the lemon cream.
Oh my
Otherwise, stevia. Did I say stevia? I said sweetener, stevia. Because the other ones can taste kind of funky.
Stevia.
Yeah. So you got to start that. Let's go right into this. Actually, you don't really know that I've done this over the weekend, but I was thinking a lot about you over the weekend, Conrad. And I was thinking about a talk that we had of how you wanted to get in fighting shape.
That's right. I got to get back into.
Okay, so I put a little list here together of what it's called Conrad's New Regime. Okay, so what we're starting off every day is the minute you don't get ahead of yourself.
Okay.
The minute you wake up, you have a tall glass, not small, a tall glass of water. You know what that does?
Stimulates.
It flushes all your organs out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then you have your bulletproof coffee. Okay. Now your bulletproof coffee acts as a meal. So you don't get to eat anything at least for 2 hours after that. It starts to get your brain working. Then you may have something. Okay. And what you may have is a green shake. Okay.
I have that. I like that.
Okay, good. You can put the berries in there.
I have the capabilities.
You put tons of the power greens, little protein powder, little flaxseed, almond oil,
Almond oil?
Not almond oil.
It's vodka oil, I put, right?
No, that's interesting. You want? Okay, you know what? you got me out of this.
See, I got you.
Over the weekend, my girlfriend Liz said that there's this, she goes to this olive oil tasting and it's balsamic and something else. She goes, it's great in vodka. We tried it in vodka. It was actually really good. Balsamic vinegar and something. But anyways, back to
I can
your...
still put that on my salad.
You're trying to get me off this,
I
so,
know.
that's exactly what you're trying to do. And you're not...
Okay.
No, you're,
All right,
you're not...
continue.
So then you have to
Continue.
show. Then you may have your lemon drink. You put a tall glass again, ice, fill it up 3/4 of the way with water, the rest of it with pure lemon juice.
Okay.
Little drop of maple syrup,
Okay.
little drop.
I'm not a maple
and
syrup
some
guy.
and cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper.
Okay, there you have that. Then for lunch, you may have a salad with a protein. No carbs.
Okay.
For a snack, you can have like apple butter. What's with me today? Apple and almond butter. Apple and almond butter. That'd be a good snack.
Okay.
Okay. Or you could have a little cheese, but it's got to be Italian, Swiss, or French.
Okay.
Can't be American pasteurized
Gosh, this is
like
hard. You're going to
cheese
have to write
slices.
this down for me. I'm like...
And then for dinner, a lean protein and vegetables. Now, I know that we've talked about this before. I want you to look into the camera and agree today that you are starting this because we're going to see where you come out the other end in 6 weeks. Steve, you heard him? Yes? Okay. Good. Now you're in, you're accountable.
I'm not. I'm accountable. I'm very
Yes,
accountable
you are.
for myself.
We're going to see this transformation.
But you know what?
It's gonna
I'm
be
going to
beautiful.
transform. I really am. I had a broken ankle, and I hadn't done a lot of exercise over the last few months, so I need to blame it on something. But I've been watching the financial markets. It's really interesting that, like as an example, the 10-year Treasury, we're like 30-year lows in interest rates. The 10-year Treasury clicked up to about 2.6. Now it's back down around 2.2. I'm not going to get exact here. But I think it's concerning that the Dow, trading between 17 and 18,000, has been trading that way for the last 6 months in that range. And a lot of traders are getting out because they might get scared. Because remember we talked about this, we're talking oil and gas, the correlation of gas prices, Morris Best Law says it's a manipulated market. I think it is.
I don't know what word triggers me to go start daydreaming when you start talking about finances.
Daydreaming.
I swear, I just blame, and then it's hard for me to reel myself back in. I'm trying.
Well, after, there's going to be a crash, and she's going to be somewhere like on the beach yelling shark or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's where I'd want to be. Not with a shark, but I'd like to be on a beach when everything crashes, wouldn't you?
Well, if you're
where do you want to be?
well, you should be in cash.
In cash?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little. We're going to talk some options a little bit later. But I think those are some of the options that you have to secure your portfolio because I think we're China's going crazy. Greece is getting bailed out. We're running billions of dollars in debt. I think it's extremely concerning. So.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm open to suggestions to make more money, so you just let me know.
I'll let you know.
Just keep it really simple, okay?
Well, I'm still bullish
you start
on
going
oil.
on and on with all your jargon and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
I think, I don't think I'm alone here.
You're not alone. Well, I mean, do you read your statement when you get your monthly statement? A lot of people
I just
don't.
go to the bottom line where it says the total amount.
Total amount is value.
I don't understand the rest of it.
Yeah. Why are you in it?
To make money.
Well, you're not making any money.
How do you know? I see that you haven't seen my numbers. How do you know I'm not making money?
Well, no, you probably are because the markets have been going up this last couple of years. Obviously, they've gone up.
Yeah, but see, it depends on how much you take out too. So
that's right. We forgot she takes out. It was worth $2 million last month, and now it's worth 1.7, and she still thinks she's making money.
Yeah.
Well, you took out $300,000.
But technically, I am making money if I didn't take so much out.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
You can't take it out.
I was making money, but all right. Let's talk about what's going on.
What's going on? We got some big events coming up.
We do. Well, actually, this goes on year round.
What's that?
It's the Sparkling Sunday Brunch at the Spa Casino. I love brunch. Do you love brunch?
I love the brunch.
Why have you never taken me out to brunch then?
Because you're sleeping.
No, I'm not sleeping.
I'm
that's
sleeping.
you sleeping. But brunch, that's the beauty of brunch because it usually doesn't start till like 11 or so. So you can sleep all you want.
We have to do that.
Okay, yes.
Well, also I saw.
Sunday,
we're looking
my
at our
dance
notes
card's
here.
free this Sunday.
Your dance card's free. The Ace Hotel's doing the Dog Days of Summer Pool Party.
Is that too funny? They say they've got a DJ and music. So do the dogs dance? Or
I am very
just the owners
horrified about if I
dance,
start seeing
or-
these dogs.
Yeah.
Why does everybody put dogs on Facebook?
Why do people put food on Facebook?
What are they doing? I just had
now,
this.
if
Here,
somebody
put
is
this
a
on
chef
Facebook.
and they do like that's something else, but I don't know.
Kind of weird, isn't it?
Dogs are like they're people if they don't have children.
Yeah, I think so.
I can see that.
Yeah. But there's a lot of events last week.
Although some people aren't dog lovers. I asked to bring my dog over to his house just to save me, for a quick little meeting. He's like, I don't want dogs here.
I don't want him licking me and like putting.
Don't worry, my dog wouldn't lick you.
They bite me. That's what I'm
My
afraid
dog
of.
would bite you. Lick you.
I don't know how people. I saw this guy the other day at AMP.
I think that's what it is.
He had
I'm
like
scared
50.
of
He had 57 cats.
Yeah.
57 cats.
That's a bit much, don't you think?
57 cats?
Who's that?
I don't know. Some guy who was part of the Indio Players.
Did you see
Performing
them?
Arts.
Or he just told you that?
He just said when I have time I'm spending with my cats. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
okay.
Sinbad's going to be playing out here.
Oh, that's
Remember
right.
Sinbad?
I do remember Sinbad. And you know what? We need more comedy out here. I'd love to laugh.
Well, I think they're actually really getting a lot more comedy. You look at all the casinos are really picking up their game.
Yes, they
And
are. They're getting major.
Well, I saw Florida.
Yeah, I just saw the billboard coming
Yeah.
back into town.
That's right. Well, they take it off.
FLO space.
That's right.
It's not
IDA.
Florida, it's Florida.
He was fantastic.
Was he? It
Yeah.
passed? I thought it was coming up.
Well, we're doing the show because I'm jumping in here, but the show will air after it went, so I thought I'd tell him I was there.
Oh, okay.
You can edit that out.
You might want to tell me that you did that.
I was leading you into it. I'm not going till next week.
Okay.
Okay, we're coming back. We're going to Florida. I
Hey,
went to
and
Florida.
New Edition. Oh, did you hear?
Who?
Well, New Edition. Bobby Brown was in that band, and I guess
Yeah,
he's
like
coming
30
back.
years ago.
Well, if they're coming into town August 21st, is it minus
I
Bobby
don't-
Brown?
I don't think Bobby Brown's-
The New Edition is Bobby Brown. Oh, okay. All right. Well, anyways, very.
Yeah, I think the
very-
6 of the
very-
original guys are going to be in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very sad news this weekend that Bobby, Christina, Whitney, and
Yeah.
Bobby's daughter was
Such
taken off life
tragedy.
support.
You know, we have
it's
to
just,
we have to talk about tragedy. I guess that's gossip still. I mean, it's a horrible thing.
it is. It's
You know?
really sad. It's really
Because
sad.
Whitney Houston was so fantastic,
Amazing.
but got troubled. Anyway, we have a great show planned for today. Everybody, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
What can impression design do for you?
I need a dozen embroidered polo shirts for my radio station.
We can do that.
I need 300 screen printed shirts for a school fundraiser.
We can do that.
My company's website's a mess. It looks bad and no one can find us online. Help.
We can do that.
All right, I need a new logo for my radio show. I need a new website with a shopping cart so I can sell stuff. I need business cards. I need shirts for the listeners. Basically, I need everything.
We can do that.
Begin your French adventure at Le Pont. From our wide selection of classic appetizers, followed by one of Le Pont's creative and unique entrees. And if that's not enough, our desserts will amaze you, featuring Le Pont's famous soufflé. Every dish expertly prepared for you by our famous chef Eddie Babai. Come and visit us.
I would love to cook for you.
Le Pont, a little bit of France on El Paseo.
Let's talk Coachella Valley. Conrad Negron, Tina Marks. Tina, we got a great guest here today.
Another one.
We're going to learn a little bit about the rescue mission, but Walter Clark, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Long
very
time.
much for having me, Tina. and
Yes.
Conrad.
Nice meeting
Delightful.
you. I feel like I know you
Because
because I see you on TV all the time.
because of advertising
For a
that's,
long time.
Sorry
Well, he's a
about that.
lawyer, so he's a
Well,
lawyer.
thank God I've never had to see him for that, right?
What kind of law do you practice, Walter?
I practice the kind that helps people who have had catastrophic injuries. I used to be a deputy district attorney and a prosecutor. Since that time, way back in 1976, I've been a trial lawyer representing people who have very serious injuries and they can't afford to hire an attorney on an hourly basis. So we work on a contingent basis. Those cases take sometimes 5 years when they
Oh
have
my.
bad
To get
injuries.
settlements.
I had that. I had an accident that took 3 years to resolve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people think it's just like that. And
No.
it's not. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of medical information that we have to provide. So it's a real challenging occupation. And unfortunately, we can't win every case. I mean, sometimes our clients don't even make it to the end. So it's a
So they
challenge.
give you a set amount as opposed to a hourly basis.
a percentage of what we get for
Oh,
them.
that's right. That's how it worked with me too. So whatever the settlement was, it was like maybe 40%. Yeah, whatever. It's a percentage.
Usually a third, and that's called a contingent fee.
So you could work all that time and not win and then not be paid?
And not get paid.
Even more than that, we actually have to advance the costs, and sometimes that's $100,000 for expert witness fees,
Yeah.
reconstruction analysis. We have to prepare videos to explain to the jury how it happened. So there's a lot involved. It's a big investment in time and experience, and that's why it's one of the more rewarding occupations, I think, because when
Well,
you help
yes.
somebody after a long battle like that, you're very close to
win.
them.
Yes.
feel like you've really done a good job.
A little bit like Aaron Brockovich. I mean, is that a similar type
She's
of?
a great example
Yeah.
of taking on a big, tough defendant, and that took years. And that, interestingly enough, she was just at one of our trial lawyers' functions and explained how she went through that process and how difficult it was for her too.
It was just an amazing story that it took so long,
It
and
was
then
the contaminated water.
yeah,
correct?
yeah, and
Our
then
water
they're
here.
gonna, oh, I promise you this, I couldn't pay you what I want. She gets all mad at him, and she obviously got paid for what she
Great
did.
movie, and she looks a little like Julia Roberts, but not completely.
Right. No.
She doesn't completely look like Julia.
Or Julia did.
Let me ask you a question. With all the texting and driving, are you finding you're getting a lot of clients that are getting into horrible car accidents because of this?
They seem to, not my clients, I think they seem to find that the others are distracted drivers
yes.
that cause the injuries.
That cause the injuries, yes.
Hopefully my clients aren't doing that.
Yeah.
It does seem to be causing most often rear-end collisions. But just back to
Yes.
the case with Julia Roberts, the interesting thing to me was the judge who actually was the judge in the case was being, he was being asked to be involved in giving advice in the movie. And they said, what do you think about the way this is being done? And he said, that's not really how it went. Now, he was a little judge in Barstow. So they asked him to be the actor, and he actually performed his role in the movie.
The judge.
Which is very unusual.
Really?
So it gave the movie extra credibility because of that fact.
We're talking with Walter Clark here today. Let's talk Coachella Valley. Walter, I know you've been a lawyer out here. I've known you from the Rotary days back, back when you were 17. The rescue mission. Tell us a little bit about your involvement in that. I've seen some of your commercials on TV. We got to help the kids, don't we? We need to help children out here.
And if you look at the evaluation by the local economic development office and the conferences that they have on this subject, number one, education is always the most important thing to our economy. And they keep telling us we have to help in that regard if we're going to help our economy. Number two, I feel very strong that education is the important element to a democracy. Without an educated electorate, we cannot form and perfect the duties of a democracy.
Exactly.
And if we look at our competition in other countries, they have free education. I mean, we were just in Europe. All those countries are providing free college education. So what are we going to do to compete? We have to be much more aggressive with education. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to solve all the problems by providing binders and notebooks and backpacks for kids. But there are so many kids who are really behind the eight ball out here that we feel if we can help them get a good start, they're likely to make it all the way through high school and hopefully.
And then they just keep increasing their skill level as technology, and obviously the current markets are different than they were, when I was 19 or 20 years old.
Right.
It's amazing, isn't it, how much it's changed?
Scary, because I still can't use a computer as I should be able to, but they're really good at it.
Conrad types like this.
Oh, you're making fun of my typing again. It is so true. My son makes fun of me. He types like 80 words a minute, and I'm doing it on the phone. He goes, Dad, it looks like you're typing faster.
Thank God they have the voice activation.
Unbelievable. Walter, hey, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Delighted to meet you. Good luck with your show.
Good luck with the mission. We're going to put some stuff here on the air that will tell everybody where to go. And
come by our office, drop it off. We'll give you a free lemonade when you do.
How long have you been at this location? You're right here in Rancho Mirage,
4.5 years.
Yeah, 4.5 years. It's beautiful.
That Walter Clark.
Thank you so much.
Good to see you.
Great meeting both of you. Thank you.
Hey, everybody, stay tuned. We'll be back.
What can impression design do for you?
I need a dozen embroidered polo shirts for my radio station.
We can do that.
I need 300 screen printed shirts for a school fundraiser.
We can do that.
My company's website's a mess. It looks bad and no one can find us online. Help.
We can do that.
All right, I need a new logo for my radio show. I need a new website with a shopping cart so I can sell stuff. I need business cards. I need shirts for the listeners. Basically, I need everything.
We can do that.
Let's talk Coachella Valley. Tina Marks, Conrad Negron, your hosts. We're talking Coachella Valley. It's going
all
crazy.
the time we're
all
talking
the time.
Coachella Valley.
I think the buzz. There's Bali. No, Bali. Like
That's where I would like to be right now. No, but I do want to be here with our guests, but I would like to go to
Well, we have a great guest today, really interesting guy.
Mr. Boris Gulovich.
Yes.
Boris, welcome.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
How are you?
Still good.
You're still good. You look fantastic.
Thank you.
Let's take a quick look back. You emigrated here to America from the Soviet Union. You're an engineer, PhD. I should say Dr. Gulovich.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Out of respect.
Any more letters?
No, not even junior.
Well, tell me a little bit. You were an engineer in the Russian space program. Tell me a little bit about. You have some patents. Tell me.
I have patents there and have one patent here in the United States. There it's mostly life support systems to survival in zero gravity. Here it's just splicing of underwater cables. People in telephone business use it, in heating industry. That's what I
When you
have.
say safety, the space. I mean, is the space program still using these patents? I mean,
They
safety
use
is
these
obvious-
patents. They belong, unfortunately, to Soviet Union, means Russia, so I never got a penny, except
nice-
better salary.
Wait, why didn't you get any money from
Well,
it?
back in Soviet Union, the rights belonged to the government, period.
When you invent something, the right
Yeah,
immediately
they shake your hand.
Tina.
okay, and say thank you very much for all
It's
your
a
hard work.
communist
It's a
country.
communist country. You're so proud.
You're so proud.
You go home and have your vodka.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's all they have there, right? So tell me, how did you get out of the Soviet Union and get to the United States?
I applied for a visa as a political refugee, and after 6 years of waiting, Senator Javits and Senator Kennedy were visiting beautiful Comrade Brezhnev, and he allowed 100 people to leave. I was lucky I was one of them.
How did they
So-
make that decision? Is it like a lottery?
I think so. It just, they said, well, all right, get out of here. You have 5 days to leave the country, Dr. Gurovich. I said, I'm done. I'm leaving.
So they held. You said you stayed a couple years before. It took that long to.
6 years to go through their permissions. The Americans were ready to take me.
Okay.
Because of your,
Soviets
Expertise.
didn't want to make it easy. If it's easy, then a lot of
Everybody
people
can
would
do it,
apply.
yeah.
Yes.
So this is a showcase. You see how difficult it is?
Very
Don't
interesting.
even try.
We're talking with Boris Gulovich today, but your business now since around 1998, Ask Trade Mentor. You've been trading stocks, bonds, options, tell
And
us-
teaching.
Teaching.
And teaching.
How
yeah.
did you make that transition?
Well, I made good money when I consulted for McDonnell Douglas and other companies related to NASA projects.
Okay.
That was a very interesting project by NASA, so they sent me to Russia as an American citizen, but I made very good money. They paid very well. So I decided in before 98 to take 1 year sabbatical, studied the market, hired a couple of very good coaches. That's what I'm doing now. And as a result, the money worked for me, but I still love teaching. I always taught thermodynamics, physics. So I thought, well, why don't I teach people how, one-on-one, how you actually manage your emotions, how do you trade, and the major thing, how do you protect your investments? I heard you were talking about protecting. So how do you sleep at night? And for that, you can use always options, futures, you hedge.
So options are a little bit confusing. I know Tina really understands it immensely.
Always.
But it is very difficult. I mean, I follow the financial markets, and it's the puts and the calls and when to get in, when to get out. Tell us briefly how a client can be. They don't have to trade their money. They can just do practice.
Initially, all my new students, after the free consultation, initially they trade paper money. So I just show
Like
them.
Monopoly?
Like Monopoly, but
Okay.
I show them my account, paper money. So it pretend money, but they trade exactly like real money. Nowadays, all the brokers have that. So we trade my account. They do it. I can see there.
They do their executions.
We do the executions with paper money. So a lot of questions disappear just because we do it practically. You say, click here, you're protected. Why? Because if your account goes down 10%, you're out. Your additional option put in this case in making money on the way down. If it goes up, your option call makes money on the way up. But major thing is you're protected.
Well, protection is really important today. I mean, Tina.
Yes.
Guarantees, protection.
Yeah, but there are no guarantees. Are there really? There are no guarantees.
Some options,
Well, I
yes.
tell you
Yeah, I mean-
what's happening. Let's say, God forbid, we have another attack, 9/11, whatever, and the stock market is closed for 3-4 days. Last time it was 6 days.
Yes.
Accounts go down. But if you had your protective put, which is an option, right?
Yes.
You will stay flat. your account will go down. But the put,
a portion of your portfolio should be in a protected account.
right, a portion or the whole portfolio, because to buy this protective put to hedge, you spend 0.5% or 1% of your total account.
Okay.
So it doesn't cost you much. It's less than you pay for your
That does make a lot of
insurance for
sense.
your house.
Well, it makes
That
sense.
makes a lot
Yeah,
of
it's well like buying insurance for your house, but also
House, a
the
car.
cost of an option, as opposed to let's say 100 shares, which is
Yes.
what the trade is. Each option is 100 shares.
Disneyland, let's say $70, right? A share. The option will be what you need to protect yourself, $3.
Okay.
And one contract is 100 shares. So just spending $300, you protect already $70,000.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
See, it sounds very kind of strange, but that's how it works.
It does work.
And big guys like Warren Buffett, Gates, they all hedged.
Gates, Buffett, Tina Marks,
Conrad, even Boris.
Is it Boris Gurlevich?
Yeah.
PhD, Dr.
Yeah.
Gurlevich?
Take shower and protect yourself.
Protect yourself.
I like that. Protect
I
yourself.
like that.
That's how it
don't
is.
elbow me. Boris Gurlevich, Ask Trade Mentor. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank
Keep us in
you.
touch. Wow, Tina, that was really interesting. Walter Clark, Dr. Boris Gurlevich, really interesting guys. I mean, from crazy stuff happening in Palm Springs to lawyers and the rescue mission.
Yeah, the rescue mission is very interesting, and I really support that project.
Well, I think the education, like Wally indicated, is so important today.
Wally on your first name basis. Wally.
Well, I've known-
Does he like to be called Walter?
No.
I've never heard him.
I've known him for a long time.
Do you
so
call him Wally?
I did.
And you get away with it?
I get away with it, so I don't know if anybody's calling him that. But I'd like to thank him. I know he's a busy guy out here.
Yes.
But he's also standing for a great cause. That's the rescue mission. So there's some drop-offs at Mr. Clark's office, and a couple other ones. We'll find them out. But education is key for us as Americans and our children to make it in the world just getting out of high school.
Well, yeah. That as he was saying, that's the key. That's the key is education. What's the saying? If you, oh well.
She didn't have any education.
No, that's not true. Actually,
That's not true. You made it through sixth grade?
graduated Palm Valley in 8th grade, and then I graduated high school. I went to private schools my whole entire life, and then I didn't go to college. That makes a lot of sense. I think that makes a lot of sense.
You didn't go to college.
I went to 1 year at actually right down here.
I actually don't remember. I don't know how I made it through college. I mean, I don't remember doing homework. I played baseball, so I was on a baseball scholarship. But
That's how I was with high school.
Really?
Yeah, I faked doing homework. My parents would go out to dinner every night. I'm like, oh, I've got the books open. Bye. Shut the books. Take out the cigarettes. Turn on the music.
And now we're all learning about Tina's childhood. I would not study. They never asked me if I had homework.
Who?
My mom and dad.
You're in college.
Oh,
They're not
that's right.
supposed to ask you at that age.
That's
really?
right. That's right. I forgot.
Were you living with them then too?
No. Don't play that thing again. That was really funny.
Thank you. I'm glad you appreciated
Yes,
that.
our-
Between Steve and I, we made it.
Steve's on the hit
Yeah,
list. Okay,
yeah,
he's
he-
going to have to start running soon.
Yeah.
But no, it was a really fun show.
It was fun.
I really
and
think
I'm going to try and open up my mind a little
to
bit
the
more
business side of it, maybe a little financial education.
Yeah. Well, maybe stop throwing around all that jargon and say like what it really means, okay? Because sometimes it sounds like you're speaking a foreign language, okay?
Well, I mean, a lot of people
So
have
I'll
to.
say, what does that mean? And then you'll say it in the language that I can say it. So I'll say, why didn't you just say it like that?
Well, we have to come back to show me the money.
Show me the money.
Everybody have a great day.